and make some variable and add some variable. So then it will be saving the state.
Okay.
All right. You can find the same thing in my sets as well. In my set,
Yes,
it
yes.
is there.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a common question.
Okay.
Can you how can we call a batch class from another batch class?
Batch class from another batch class. With the help of batch class.
Okay.
Exactly. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to
So
put that.
there are two ways. One way is you can call a child batch from parent batch from the finish method of the parent batch. All right. This is number one. And the problem with this approach is whenever the parent will complete, then only the child will run. After the parent finish, then only the child will run.
Uh,
All right.
uh-huh.
But if we
And
want,
another is
tell me.
Another is we will create a queuable class and inside the queuable
So
class.
why exactly we do that? We can call it from the finish, right? So why exactly we create a queuable and call that child from that? Okay. See, if the situation is the child should be invoked by parent in such a way that they should run simultaneously.
Okay.
All right. So that is why we will call the child batch from the execute method of a queuable apex, and then we will call the queuable from the start method or execute method of the parent batch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So it is also present in my set. You can check it. All right.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
okay. Can you tell me the best practices we follow in triggers?
Triggers. Okay. In triggers, we should have a single trigger per object. Then we should have a handler class.
Okay. And why we
And
use the handler class? Why it is there? I mean, what exactly we do in handler class?
in handler class, we use the trigger interface. Means
See, that okay. That's okay. If you if you make an interface and call it in the handler, that's okay. But handler is basically to implement the logic of the trigger, and you should not
yes,
write
yes.
the logic inside the trigger itself. Just call an handler
Yeah.
class. Either you can use an interface, that's okay. That's up to you. You can use it or you cannot use it. That's up to you. But if you use it, then it is better to maintain everything. All right. So that way. And let's say if you want to limit the number of methods in the handler class. Okay. So
Yes,
in
yes.
that case, you can use the interface because you have to implement the interface and only those methods you can edit or you can implement. Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So now tell me, can
And
we, tell me.
can you ask me a question on like any question on map,
Map.
any coding? Yeah,
All
he
right. So,
confused me a lot of
okay.
questions about old map and new map values.
Okay. Okay.
So
Let's say
that
we are updating something in account object. All right.
yes.
So let's say whenever the field value is updated inside an account object, we
Yes.
should perform some action. All right.
Yes.
Think carefully. It is not that we update the entire object, entire record, but whenever only one field is being updated, we have to take some action, and that should be implemented by trigger. All right. So how can we do that?
Only one field. We can use update and pass the list and the map.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
correct.
not.
Yeah, that's correct. You are going in the right way, but you need to tell me how can we do that. Maybe someone will ask you to write that.
Yes. And see, we will pass the list, that old list and new list, and then about the logic, I'm not sure. Means, like, how will I write? Okay. I will use put dot then IDs and the object
You don't need
value
to.
something.
You don't need to put that. So just listen carefully. So first, what you do, you just make a for. Okay. So insert the for. That should be trigger.new, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here what we check is if the field value is updated or not. So how can we check a field's value is being updated or not? If the previous value is not equals to the current value, correct? So that we need to check. So how can we check this? So let's say phone number we are updating. So phone that should not be equal to trigger dot old map dot get acc dot id dot phone. Now I got it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So from old map, we are just getting the previous values, and in the new, we are having the new values. We just check if it is not equal, which means the field is already updated.
Yeah.
Right. And then we can perform some action. Correct?
Yeah, like update and yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think they asked me the same question.
All right.
This type of question, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So can you use the trigger.new set for before delete?
Trigger.new before delete.
Yeah.
No, we means for a particular record means other object. Just a second. If we delete, then we will get the new values, right?
So, no. It's not like that. So what does the trigger.new values hold? Can you tell me that? What exactly trigger.new holds? And what
the
exactly
latest value.
yeah, exactly. The latest means whatever we are trying to insert. So that values will be stored in the trigger.new.
Okay. So
All right.
delete will not count.
So now tell me for delete, before delete. So trigger.old is applicable or trigger.new is applicable?
Old is applicable.
Because we are not inserting any value or we are not updating any value. So we do not have a new set of values, right? So that is why we will have the trigger.old map only.
Yes.
Okay. So it's clear to you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So let's say we are inserting some, okay. Let's say we are inserting some account object, account record, and we have some after insert trigger written in account.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And in the after insert trigger, we are updating some account field, and again we are updating it.
After insert, we are updating and again we are updating it.
Correct. Okay, let's make some code. All right.